So long before my Prometheus project could become a product. Oh, it was a mindset. Let's go back 7 years when a young, fired up me was talking about the gift of fire. All right, guys. All right, I'm so fired up. All right, a lot of people know I'm doing this transformation thing that I'm creating called the Prometheus Project. I'm giving you the gift of fire as I understand it. I'm all fired up. So I'm going to quickly try to walk you through the path of transformation as I see it. And understanding this might help you do it more often or not quit. And this is not just about losing 5 or 10 pounds. This is transformation towards anything. Let me just walk you through it. So I'm going to try to do this backwards, so I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know if I have this type of agility, but maybe I can get away with it. So the black line is you right now. This is where you are right now. Time is going this way. And you in the bigger sense, you, where you are, how you think, how you feel, what you think about, what you do, the habits you have, all of that collectively is steering you towards a destination in the future. Now, where you want to be, whatever you want to be, it's called the fire line. That's where we're trying to get. We're trying to get to there. Here's where we're headed. Here's where we are. Here's where we're headed, but this is what we want. This distance, the gap between that is whatever it is you want that you don't have. That could be a skill set. That could be some type of results with your body, with your health, in your business. It's a delta. It's a gap. It's what you want, but what you want to keep, right? To have for forever, if possible, that you don't currently have. Now, here's what most people do. They try to take an incremental adjustment from what they do to get them there. That's this blue line. That are all the fad diets, the shortcuts, all these things that people find that rapidly get you to what it is you say you want. Really quickly, really fast. The problem with that, if you can see my drawing really close, there's a little dotted line that comes right back down to the black line. That's called regression to the norm. It's normal. It happens in everything. Whenever you have an escalated level of performance, that's not sustainable. At some point, you're going to back off of doing whatever that is, and you're going to fall back down to what is homeostasis, what is normal for you. Here's the Prometheus path, and here's what I hope you get, right? And when I got this years ago, it changed my approach to everything, and it made me feel comfortable about being uncomfortable. Here's why. The real path to the fire line is this green line. But let's go follow it all the way back to now. The green line starts now, below where you currently are. Now, this gap, this space, is the absence of a skill set or an understanding or a resource or knowledge or capability. The result of whatever fills that gap is uncomfortable, unable almost. You're clumsy. An example I can give you quickly. If you're a professional athlete, a coach can look at your level of performance, and golf is a great example. Golf coaches can look at a way that a golfer is swinging, and they can tell fundamentally that there's a limit to how good that golfer can be over time with his current swing. But if he was to make a minor adjustment, it would over time, it would increase his ability to be way more effective for a much longer time. But in the beginning, when he makes that change, his performance will drop. And when it drops, he's going to be less capable in the moment, in the now. And he's going to be highly uncomfortable. But if he sticks with it, slowly he will get back to being what used to be normal. But if he stays on that path, he will continue on to the fire line. That is the path to transformation, guys. And this right here, this piece, that's why most people quit. Because when they separate themselves from where they are now and where they're headed to get on a path to where they want to be, when they do it the actual real way to do it, the first thing they're going to feel is this drop, this uncomfortable feeling of inadequacy, not good enough. I'm worse than I used to be, because technically the results will show you that you are worse than you used to be, but you're on a different path. The path is more important than the feeling of not being good at the moment. The path, the Prometheus path is what I'm calling it. The Prometheus path, that's your goal. That's the secret to getting to the fire line. Oh man, this is what, 5 minutes? And I probably just explained why 98% of people quit on anything worth trying to do, or why the 2% people make it when they make these huge transformations. We're just getting started. I got so fired up, I forgot to point out one other major thing. This is for the big thinkers out there. If you look at the graph, you understand this relationship. We just went through it. But the higher your goal, where's my green pen? Hold on. The higher you go, the bigger your goals are. If you're a big thinker, when you plot that back to now, the further down it's going to be below your current level of capability, which means you're going to have a much higher degree of discomfort. So if you have little goals and you track that back to now, it's going to be a very little degree of discomfort for a much shorter time to be back to normal. If you have big goals, it's going to be a much lower, a much bigger gap at the now, which means you're going to be way, way, way more uncomfortable. But my hope in graphing it out like this is because now that you know the game, now that you know like, oh, this is normal, that should fire up and inspire you. That should, when you feel, oh my gosh, I feel so awkward, nothing is really working. It might just be because you are finally on the right path. That should fire. All right, guys, all right. Oh, I'm jumping. Let me calm down. One last thing. This is the tough love moment. I know some people don't like tough love, but I'm a tough love giver. But here's the thing. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how much you have. But if you are always here in the now, and if you, fire line, sustainable difference between where you are is always there. There is always that gap. This is always where you are. And there's no other way that I found to really get there and sustain it. I only tell that to you because I care.